Angry Chinese protesters holding up blank white papers against Xi Jinping. Angry Chinese crowds took to the streets in Shanghai early on Sunday, and videos on social media showed protests in other cities across China, as public opposition to the government's hardline zero-COVID policy mounts. At one stage, a man a loudspeaker and chanted, "Go on strike at school and work, remove the dictator and national traitor Xi Jinping. We want to eat, we want freedom, we want to vote." Deadly fire on Thursday in Urumqi, the capital of northwest China's Xinjiang region, has spurred an outpouring of anger as many social media users blamed lengthy COVID lockdowns for hampering rescue efforts. Some attendees at a gathering in Shanghai have seen lighting candles and laying flowers for the victims. Others could be heard yelling slogans like "Xi Jinping, step down" and "Communist Party, step down." Some people also carried blank white banners, the BBC said in a report. According to reports, blank white banners or flags are frequently used in the protest. But why? The move seems to be borrowed from the Hong Kong protests against Beijing's stringent national security laws. In China too, any direct criticism of the government or the president can result in severe punishment. "These slogans will always be in my heart and those words will always stay on white paper, which will never disappear," the man, who wore a mask and only gave his surname, Leung, told Reuters. In other places in the city, walls that were once bright canvases of political murals and graffiti tags were covered over in white paint or blank post-it notes. Other protesters had used art or designs to disguise the "Liberate Hong Kong" slogans, changing characters, blurring lettering, or burying the words in illustrations. Some attendees at a gathering in Shanghai lit candles and set out flowers for the victims. Others could be heard yelling slogans like "Xi Jinping, step down" and "Communist Party, step down." Hundreds of people marching on the streets to demand that President Xi step down was unthinkable not long ago. However, following a recent dramatic protest on a Beijing bridge that stunned many, a bar appears to have been set for more open and sharper dissent, the BBC stated in a report. The man pulled off one of the most significant acts of Chinese protest seen under Xi's rule in an instant, marring the triumphant start of the Chinese leader's expected third term in power, BBC reported. It's also piqued the interest of China's censors, who have relentlessly scrubbed photos and footage and limited search results for a wide range of words, including general terms like Beijing and bridge. Tank Man, also known as the unknown protester or unknown rebel, was the nickname given to an unidentified Chinese man who stood in front of a column of Type 59 tanks leaving Tiananmen Square in Beijing on June 5, 1989, the day after the Chinese government's violent crackdown on the Tiananmen protests. As the lead tank maneuvered to pass by the man, he repeatedly shifted his position in order to obstruct the tank's attempted path around him. According to Britannica, Tank Man became an enduring symbol of defiance in the face of violent authoritarianism. The image of him blocking the tanks was on the front pages of newspapers across the world. In rare Chinese protests, the people are frankly tired of long lockdowns and stringent times against a very hard regime.